One of the most important components of running a print-on-demand business is product research. There are clues in the marketplace everywhere: products, ads, designs, stores, and there are things that we need to connect the dots and understand what our customers want, so that we're more likely to succeed whenever we actually create our products and push them out into the marketplace and push them out into the world. Today, I'm going to be showing you some of the best selling, not only products, but also best selling stores on Etsy. Etsy is just one platform that you can do product research on. However, I find it to be very useful because the demand that's on Etsy usually starts out small. You can discover something that people want and then take it over to maybe Facebook ads and Shopify. You could do really, really well. But if you're just on Etsy right now getting started, that's totally fine as well. When we come over to look at this listing, it actually has 17 people that have bought this in the last 24 hours. They are running a 50% off sale as part of their strategy. So if you aren't running some sort of discount, some sort of sale, I highly recommend you do so. And as you'll also see, we've got this new tag that says new markdown, biggest sale in 60 plus days. So this is brand new in my experience. I haven't seen this before, so that's really cool to see. Definitely make sure you're running these sales and adjust your pricing to make sure you're still making a profit. Here's an example of a t-shirt that is not too difficult to create. You could probably make these animals with AI and then use something like Kittle to go ahead and stitch it all together. Or you may even be able to generate the entire image in AI, something like Midjourney or DALL-E 3 in ChatGPT. But that's the topic of another video. You can go watch my videos on creating AI designs. I'm just trying to convey that this is a fairly simple design to create. If we come down to the reviews for this item and go to most recent, you'll actually see that it's gotten reviews today, and it's gotten reviews yesterday and throughout the last 7 days. So that's exactly what we want to see. We want to make sure that this is actually getting reviewed, within the last week, within the last month, several times. And most people don't stop to actually post their review. So this is just one example. Let's go ahead and go back over to our product research tab. We are specifically looking for print-on-demand products. We don't want to pay attention to things that we can't create, things that we can't fulfill. We want to focus on things like this t-shirt here, the Cool Dads Club. Notice how it has a bestseller tag and Etsy's pick, and we can also see here that the reviews and sales are going up. So again, we can look at the product details here, and one thing that's really cool is we can actually look at the store as well. And when we look at the store, we're going to be able to look at all of their best-selling products together. So let's go ahead and scroll down here, tag the bestseller, and it looks like they have 24 products in the bestsellers tag. And scrolling down, we can see all of their best-selling products. Now, I don't recommend copying these exactly as they are, but I recommend studying the concepts behind them. Ask yourself, why was this successful, and how could I implement this either into another product or in my own unique way? That's how I have always done print on demand, and it's always worked out well for me. So I'd highly recommend doing the same. And you don't want to steal anyone else's, work directly. That would not be right to do. It looks like this store has about 2.7K sales in the last 30 days. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some more stores here that might be worth looking into. So we can actually come down to top store, and we can see the best stores on Etsy at the moment, and we can even filter by week basis. So right now we're looking at the most current data on the top stores. So let's see if we can find some print-on-demand stores. This one here might be, but it looks like greeting cards mostly, so I'm going to leave that one alone. There's not a high profit margin there. We have someone here doing digital tumbler wraps, so they are one of the top stores, Magic Mango Studios. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, and they're doing about 25,000 over the last 30 days is what it looks like here, and total sales at 160,000 in total sales. So let's look at their best sellers here, and let's look over the last 30 days, and they have 335 listings with a bestseller tag. So this is really cool to be able to see this from a macro level. The tool that I'm using is EtsyShop.AI, and it will show you all the information, even the tags that they're using. So if we click on product detail for this one, and then we scroll down here, we can see the tags that they are ranking for. And so part of the reason why this is probably doing so well is because almost no one has created content for some of these tumblers. So if you're taking notes, if you're trying to figure out some angles, to create some products for that might not be too competitive but still has a good amount of sales, this tool is really good for narrowing down stuff that still has a good amount of sales but not a lot of competition. So for example, a sarcastic tumbler, only 10,000 for competition but 19,000 in sales. So you will want to still include some bigger keywords like sublimation design, PNG instant download for Tumblr, stuff like that obviously describes your product, but then throw in a few tags as well that your competitors are using that don't have as much competition total. So really cool to be able to see that, but I feel like the digital product space on Etsy is really growing, and it doesn't need to just be designs for print on demand. It can be designs for people who are stay-at-home moms, or people who are planning weddings, or people who are needing to plan things for their work or college or whatever it may be. And there's all kinds of digital products we can get into, but I'm going to go ahead and keep moving on with our research here, see if we can find some physical print on demand. And looks like we got pint size premium here, and I may be missing some stores, but this one here looks print on demand for sure. You can do onesies through someone like Printify, for example. Printify is one of the best print on demand suppliers, and they're constantly adding products to their catalog, so go ahead and sign up for them. They are free, and a link for that will be in the description below. So total sales for pint size premium, 252,000 in total sales. They opened July 18th, 2022. So not bad for an Etsy shop. And over the last 30 days, 15.8K. But this is a lower profit margin product, so you'll want to keep an eye on that profit margin for sure and make sure that you're making good money at the end of the day. But here are their best sellers. Here are the Etsy picks. You can see that they've created an entire store with essentially the same color scheme, the same color onesie with different designs on top. So whenever we go to actually look at their store on Etsy, it looks really nice. It looks really branded. You know exactly what they do, which is youth clothes and onesies and stuff like that. If you're trying to create a branded Etsy store, this is one way to really stand out once they come to your shop page. And so let's go ahead and keep doing a little bit more research here. Go over to page 2. All right, personalized shed. This one's interesting here. So personalized shed, they're saying from our shed to your home, but we already know that a lot of these are print on demand products for sure, no doubt. The rugs here, those can be created through Printify and some other print providers. And most of these products here are print on demand. Maybe a couple of them are made in their shed, as they claim, but I believe that these are all print on demand. They do have a few digital products mixed in there as well, so keep that in mind. But over the last 60 days, 16.6K, 332,000 in sales, so they're doing something right. And we can study their products. It looks like they're doing a lot of to grandpa. They're doing a lot of personalization for the name. This gives us a lot of inspiration and insight into what people are actually buying. And then we can take these concepts and use them in a unique way, put our own creativity behind it. That's really what product research is all about. So let's go ahead and take a look at these on Etsy as well. And again, guys, as you can see, they've got all different types of products, the metal art signs, they have the doormats, and all different kinds of stuff. So really a good one here. If you guys want to add this to the list on stores that you want to follow and see what they're up to, they have some mugs. They have a little bit of everything. So we've seen a good example of stores today where some of them are niched down and some of them are generalized. They have all different types of products in there. And it just goes to show that debate doesn't really matter. Both concepts can work. You can have a more generalized store, or you can have one that's niched down to only baby and youth clothing. Both concepts will work, but the approach that you take is a little bit different. For example, personalized shed, they didn't name themselves jewelry for less or whatever. They didn't name themselves something that restricts themselves to one product category or one type of person. They've purposefully stayed vague enough so that they can release all different types of products. So what would I recommend doing? I would launch a general store first, and then if you find one specific category like weddings or family events or something like that that you want to double down on, then you can open another store and make it specifically about those products or that niche. But I would go with the general store first if it's your first experience doing print on demand. Same thing with Shopify, start general, and then if you find products that are working well for you, ditch everything else and double down on the products working well for you. So it just goes to show there's still plenty of room for concepts to work in the print on demand world, especially if you're adding in some creativity here. This doormat here, for example, says probably in the pool. So this concept here, maybe you could translate this to another doormat that says probably in the ocean, and someone could, point that to the ocean. So it's the same sort of concept, but you're adding your own creative spin to it. I'm sure you can come up with some other ideas of how this might, also work for someone else, for a different audience. We could also specifically track stores to see exactly whenever they're releasing products and get notified. Or we can also just go over to our keyword tool and we can search for keywords. For example, if we're selling a Father's Day hat, we might want to know what keywords to choose from. So we can find some similar related keywords here by sorting by most sales and then working our way backwards. So you'll see some pretty competitive terms here, 7.2 million for gift for her, 3.4 million for Christmas gift. But if we keep sorting through these options, we'll start seeing custom hat, for example, groom gift, baby hat. These are starting to get a little bit better on the competition, but still really strong sales. 356,000 in sales, but 43,000 in competition for baby hat, for example. But obviously, not all of these keywords are going to work for your listing because we're trying to sell a Father's Day hat. So, we have to be conscious of what we can actually use in our listing. We don't just want to throw in irrelevant terms. We want to use stuff that actually relates to what we're selling. Grandpa gift, not too bad on the competition there. Baseball hat, looking good. New dad gift, father gift. And if we keep going, now we start unlocking some little golden nugget SEO terms that maybe some people aren't thinking about. Leather patch cap, look at the competition here, 9.6K, but 121,000 in sales. So compare that to snapback for hat that has 45,000 in competition. So 5 times the competition and only a little bit more in sales. But if you go with the leather patch cap, which by the way can be fulfilled by Printify, and Printify is free to sign up for, so I don't know why you aren't signed up if you haven't yet. Custom patch hats also looks like it's doing really well. Toddler hats. So I'm seeing a trend where there's an opportunity to sell to youth and toddlers, and parents would be willing to maybe spend that money on a physical print-on-demand product or a digital download for them as well. So love going through the keywords for keyword research. And then once we're actually on the product page, if we have the Chrome extension installed for EtsyShop.AI, we can see all of the product tags that they're ranking for and the competition. And if we start searching in the search bar for a particular product up here for search, then it will show us the competition behind that keyword as well. So the tool we used today was EtsyShop.AI. I've got a link below if you're interested in trying it. It is an affiliate link, so it supports the channel. Greatly appreciate that, but I think you're gonna love it. In my opinion, it's better than the other Etsy research tools that I've used in the past. And it has all of the features that those other tools had, plus even more, and it seems more accurate. So again, you got the Chrome extension when you're actually on the product page on Etsy, or you've got the dashboard here where you can do heavy research and study, the top stores, the top products, everything else that you need to run a successful print-on-demand business, whether you're selling on Etsy or anywhere else that you're selling. So it also helps you with digital designs. If you're in the digital design world, it's going to help you there. So I've got a link for Etsy Shop AI in the description below. Otherwise, join the free Discord group. This is the first time that I've announced this, but we have a free Discord group that you can connect with me and all of the other print-on-demand sellers in the community. Really, really excited. The description has the link for that. And if you join, you're going to get access to be able to ask me questions whenever you get stuck. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Love you.